Alright, YouTube, it is the Batner, and I am back with another Batner review. So, yes, I'm reviewing the Toxic Avenger, the 2023 remake of the 1984 film. So, it's based on Lloyd Kaufman's The Toxic Avenger, written and directed by Mekon Blair, starring Peter Dinklage, Jacob Tremblay, Taylor Page, Julia Davis, Johnny Coyne, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon. So this, as I've said already, follows J.J. Dorothy, um, you know, Peter Dinklage's, you know, who works for. But yeah, in this, we follow this corrupt corporation that is ran by Kevin Bacon's character, the DTH, and in this, we see Winston Gooze, Peter Dinklage, trying to, discovers he's dying and wants help from this corporation to give him treatment drugs. But of course, it all backfires when he gets thrown into toxic chemicals and becomes the, title character, the Toxic Avenger. All while this journalist girl has all these secrets that will expose the corporation, and of course they have to fight to stop them and also, expose them for their toxic waste and stuff. And of course, Peter Dinklage becomes the Toxic Avenger in the process. So that's pretty much the essential plot. What did I like about this movie? Well, it had quite the modern cinematography. It also had some good practical makeup effects on the Toxic Avenger, especially Peter Dinklage. I always thought, could he play the Toxic Avenger? Because he's meant to be tall and muscular, but hey, this is a new take on the character. And you know what? I guess yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, a short Toxic Avenger. I mean, he has a radioactive mop this time, and he blows people's heads off with the mop. There's a lot of gore effects in this. A lot digital, not so great digital, and some practical, but basically the fact that it isn't perfect CGI or visuals just makes it all that better. I mean, I guess it was intentionally done that way. After all, the original movie is like, B-movie stuff, and I reviewed and watched all those movies during the pandemic lockdown and reviewed them all then. So I've got them somewhere on this channel, my reviews of the original four Toxic Avenger movies. But yeah, I liked, this had like a good score and a good soundtrack as well. And it ran for 103 minutes. I thought, yeah, any longer than 2 hours is just, pushing it. I think, it did good to have its runtime short, like I say, 103 minutes. Also, there is an end credit segment, like a little teaser maybe of a sequel, and then we get a whole tutorial on grilled cheese, then a promise of the Toxic Avenger returning again in sequels that may or may not happen, I don't know. So yeah, I also like Kevin Bacon in this, who played one of the antagonists, Bob Garbager, and the corrupt businessman, and we had Julia Davies as Kissy Sternvan, his assistant, who I know from the British sitcom Gavin and Stacey, and also Elijah Wood playing his brother, Fritz. Looked like Danny DeVito's Penguin. Yeah, he did. But yeah, this movie, I believe, was made and sort of came out like 2 years ago, but they had trouble with distributing it. I'm not 100% sure, but it got its theatrical release about a month or so ago, and I finally got around to seeing it, so I'm reviewing it now. But yeah, this movie wasn't perfect in any way, but it had some famous people in there, some well-knowns. But again, this is a movie to not take seriously. Watch it with friends. And, I ought to call my buddies around and watched it with them, because it's a movie to watch with friends and maybe have a few drinks, a pizza, just not take it seriously, just chillax and and watch this film. It was surprisingly good, and I guess it had a better budget than the original. And of course, the original franchise is got cult status, I think. Yeah. So, I think I said all I needed to say about it. What am I gonna rate this one? I'll give it. Yeah, I like to think they tried. I'll give it 3.5. Sorry, 3.5 batarangs out of 5. 3.5 batarangs out of 5 for the Toxic Avenger 2023. So there you go. There is my review on that one. Have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I have been the Bat Nerd, and this has been Bat Nerd Reviews. So, until next time, Bat Nerd out.